Hey guys, I'm back to my Smackdown review, and just as I started recording this, I've just been blinded by the sun. Nice! Oh, that's really annoying. Why has that happened? Okay, let's start that again now that the sun has decided to, go out of my line of sight. So hi guys, I'm back for my Smackdown review. I can't believe that happened. I honestly thought that was never going to happen again. Never mind, the sun wins 2-0 against me. Anyway, so I'm back for my Smackdown review. Now, I really liked Smackdown this week. Obviously, it was the Sin City version of Smackdown, obviously because it was in Las Vegas, and they had like the whole, it's normally the Raw roulette wheel, but obviously they used it for Smackdown. And obviously sometimes these kind of ones are a bit annoying because they have like really stupid gimmicks for the matches. But the way that this show was, and the match types, it actually worked really well, and it's actually a really enjoyable show. So I don't know what you guys thought, but I thought it was one of my favourite Smackdowns that I've seen for a while, because kind of lately, aside from the main events, it's been a bit oh, the show's terrible. So yeah, I actually did really like this show. So Bryan comes out to start with. I actually haven't got anything to rabble about before I start. That's terrible. I'm just going straight into the review. Disgusting. I've obviously had such a boring week, so I've got nothing to tell you. But anyway, so Bryan comes out to start. He does talk about last week and says that, Big Show is bitter and that he purposefully hurt AJ, but obviously, it was an accident, but, being heelish. So he dedicates the match again that he's having tonight to AJ, and he says that Big Show should quit Smackdown or else Bryan will unleash. What is with the sun? Go away. I can't see. Oh, this is getting... Sorry, I can't even see. I'm not having much luck. Hang on 2 seconds. Oh my word, does anything else want to happen to stop me from doing this video? So we're on take 3 now, because this is really annoying. I had to shut the curtain, as I just said. So, oh yeah, I'm hoping it doesn't get too dark in here, because obviously if the sun goes away completely, then it'll be really dark. But never mind, if the sun actually moves right across my whole window, I'm going to be furious. I do not intend to have to start this video again. So yeah, so Bryan, yes, comes out, like I said, and he says that if Big Show doesn't quit and he sees him, then he will unleash his fury on him, and it's okay then. Obviously, at least Bryan's heel character has kind of properly developed now, and he is getting a lot of heat now. It's not a really kind of mediocre reaction. He is actually getting quite a bit of heel heat, which is a good thing, I guess. So obviously, because yeah, it's the with the whole wheel thing, so obviously the wrestlers are backstage and they have to spin for it. So Cody Rhodes comes along and he spins the wheel and it lands on player's choice, which means that he can pick his opponent. So then obviously it's quite funny because he points, he's like, I want him, and then it's Ezekiel Jackson, he's like, no, not you. Santino Marella's there and he's like, no, not you, and then it's Hornswoggle, and it's okay then, why would you pick to fight Hornswoggle? Easy victory, I guess. But yeah, so anyway, they go out to start the match, but he attacks, Cody attacks Hornswoggle before the bell even rings, and then Justin Gabriel comes out and tells him to pick on someone his own size. So then the match restarts. It's Cody Rhodes versus Justin Gabriel. It's actually a pretty decent match, to be honest. Justin needs to be put in a more a feud, maybe for the Intercontinental title. Try and build him up a bit, because at the moment he's just kind of wrestling jobbery people, and it's not really doing anything for him, because he is actually quite a good wrestler. But yeah, anyway, so he goes to a 450 splash, but Cody Rhodes managed to avoid it, and then he hits the crossroads for the win. So that was a good opening match. Then we have a tag team match. It was Primo and Epico versus the Usos in a tornado tag match. And like I said before, I always like tornado tag matches just because they remind me of Smackdown too. When I always used to play tornado tag matches, and I thought they were so cool because you didn't have to tag it. That really annoyed me, on video games when you had to wait, and press the right button to tag people, because it never used to work for me and it was really annoying. So I just used to stick it on tornado tag all the time just so that you could fight anybody. Random information for you. So this was a fairly decent match. Didn't really write down too much, to be honest. But Primo and Epico won after Rosa distracted one of the Usos. So hopefully, I was saying to somebody on comments, I'm so sorry, I've forgotten your username. We were talking about the Usos and saying that yeah, it would be good to put them in a feud for the tag titles, but they. As far as I know, I don't think I've ever seen them do a promo or kind of be in a proper storyline. They just tend to wrestle, and they're never actually properly built up or anything. You don't really hear them talk or kind of do anything, so they kind of need to do that if they're going to make them into a kind of contender for the tag team titles. You need to kind of get people really built up. You can't just put them out there wrestling and not kind of know really much about their kind of character and stuff. So then, one of the funniest segments that I've seen for a while, obviously, yeah, probably a lot of people think this is horrible. I thought it was hilarious. Brodus versus Vickie in a dance-off was one of the most genius segments I've seen in a long time. It was hilarious. Vickie's dancing was absolutely terrible. So then obviously Brodus was doing his dance. Obviously, he was declared the winner. Vickie got really irate, and she was tried to do the dance again to prove that she could do it, and it was just as disastrous as the first time. So William Regal comes out to kind of save her from the embarrassment, tells people to stop laughing at her, and then Brodus tells Regal that he should dance, or is he a chicken? Regal dances, and his was actually not too bad. But then Brodus just splashes him while he's like, you know, mid-dance, and he's like, oops, my bad, somebody call his mama. And it was hilarious. That is a good comedy segment, honestly. That was really funny. So you should watch that if you haven't seen it already. Just Brodus Clay doing a whole body shake thing is highly disturbing, but hilarious at the same time. Anyway, so then we had a tables match. Thinking, oh no, a tables match on Smackdown. But this one actually was quite good. It was Wade Barrett versus Sheamus. They really kind of, you know, took it to each other, and like they went for, like, they managed to avoid the table in like lots of different ways. Like obviously like leaping over the table a couple times. Like the table, I think it was on the outside, and Wade took a massive bump because he went right over it, but then, like, you know, really ran into like the announce table. So, you know, it was a really good match. Yes, as I said that, Sheamus hits the Irish Curse backbreaker, and he goes to do the Celtic Cross Powerbomb on Wade through the table, but then Jinder Mahal comes out, and I was like, oh no, and distracts Sheamus, which allows Wade Barrett to throw Sheamus through the table. But then after the match, Sheamus gets his revenge, and yeah, it hits a bro kick on Mahal and then like ramps him through a table as well. So I just don't know what they're doing with the Sheamus and Jinder Mahal feud. I mean, Sheamus has squashed him in every single match. He only ever seems to, like, you know, get any offense, like, you know, in other people's matches, or like, you know, yeah, out of the ring. And it's just like, well, he's beat him like 100 times already. How can we possibly take him as a serious contender for Sheamus? But anyway, then it was Ted DiBiase versus Unico in a flag match. So they had to be the first one to climb up the, you know, rope and grab their respective country's flag. Ted DiBiase won that one. I haven't really got much to say about that. Then it was Drew McIntyre versus Santino Marella again. This show had a lot of comedy spots in it. This was in a blindfold match. Now, this was really funny just because the fact that Santino actually put like a tiny little blindfold over his Cobra. And I was like, oh my word. And it was hilarious. Like, obviously just them trying to find each other in the ring, and then on the outside, Drew McIntyre thinks Santino's there and goes to like punch him, and it's actually the ring post. That looked like he really hurt his arm on that. And it was just like really funny. And then obviously Drew McIntyre like kind of cheated and pulled like, you know, the blindfold up a bit and had a look at Santino, and he still missed him, went over the top rope. But then Santino was like using the crowd's like cheers to determine where like Drew was, and then he hit him with the Cobra and actually won. But obviously Teddy Long had said that, you know, this was his last chance and that he would be fired if he lost this. So I don't know what they're actually going to do with Drew McIntyre. It's pretty straight. Like, I think they're just going to have this constant gimmick where he's just going to keep on like fighting in matches and say he's going to be fired, and it doesn't actually happen. I don't know if I can really see them, you know, actually firing him, but who knows with WWE. So the main event was Mark Henry versus Daniel Bryan in a lumberjack match for the WWE title, and it was really weird the fact that kind of because of the way Daniel Bryan's been, it actually kind of made Mark Henry the face in this match, which was weird, you know, because he's like super heel, and it just was weird that he was kind of the face. But Daniel Bryan was like kind of like provoking all the lumberjacks and like saying, you know, like go out there, hit them, and then say don't touch me, you know, and Wade Barrett's like, oh what? But he kept like doing that, like really kind of provoking them. So obviously when he got chucked outside, he kind of, you know, got thrown back in, and he's like, what are you doing that for? So pretty much for the whole match, Mark Henry was just kind of, you know, destroying Daniel Bryan. But then Mark Henry does launch Daniel Bryan over the top rope, and he also ends up on the outside. And they kind of just like starts this kind of like mass brawl, but Henry manages to throw like all the lumberjacks off. But then everybody kind of gets in the ring and starts fighting, and while all the kind of like commotion's going on, Daniel Bryan kind of slips away with his title and goes backstage. So it's kind of like, you know, another non-finish. So they're doing quite well of, you know, avoiding anybody really beating anybody in these kind of title matches. But then Teddy Long's backstage, and he says that he's at the Royal Rumble, he's making a triple threat match. Did I not say this a while ago? A triple threat match between Daniel Bryan, Mark Henry and The Big Show in a steel cage. Now, I don't know if the steel cage was really necessary, because obviously Daniel Bryan faced he faced Henry in a steel cage, you know, a few weeks ago, and it's like, oh, they're reusing this kind of gimmick too soon. But, you know, I suppose just because of the fact that Daniel Bryan's been like, kind of managed to escape from like everything over like the last kind of few weeks. So I guess being in a cage would stop him from, you know, someone would have to actually, you know, like properly win, if you know what I mean. So yeah, overall I thought it was a really good, you know, episode of Smackdown. Obviously there was like no Big Show, so I don't know, you know, what's going to happen, like, you know, whether he's going to be back on next week's Smackdown or whatever. And obviously all the stuff with AJ, whether it will really come out, you know, that Daniel Bryan had planned that, you know, used her, you know, to help him win and stuff. So I don't know what happened to my voice there. I just kind of forgot how to talk, if that's possible. Anyway, so that was my review of Smackdown. That was actually quite a detailed review. I'm impressed. Normally I kind of skim through the Smackdown one because I'm not really paying attention. But like I said, I did really enjoy this one. So I'm going to stop rambling now. So thanks for watching this video. I can't believe I got blinded by the sun. No, but what I think I'm going to do, because I've got like lots of time, because normally I don't do this video until like, you know, the afternoon, but it's only like 5 to 12, so I might have like quite a lot of the afternoon free. So I want you guys, if you as soon as you see this, to kind of pick a Royal Rumble for me to watch, because I said I might try and do like, you know, older pay-per-view reviews. Pay-per-view reviews, that's a lot of viewing in that. So yeah, if you just want to pick one for me to watch, because I haven't like seen any Rumbles for ages. As you know, I've got all the ones from 1999 until 2004. I've also got 2009's one, and I think my dad's got 1990, possibly 89, and possibly 91 or 92. Not sure. But just pick a Royal Rumble for me to watch. Whoever the first one is to pick a Rumble, obviously don't pick like last year's or something. Try and pick a slightly older one, you know, one from like the 90s or early 2000s, fine. Yeah, and I'll watch it and then hopefully try and get a review if I get some time to do it. But anyway, oh, and yeah, no, I haven't got anything else to say. I don't know where I was going with that. Anyway, so thanks for watching this video, and I will see you guys next time. Bye!